Hello, guys. Sorry, ask your friends to join back quickly to this meeting. I see only, 34 of them are here. So, hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today, for first 30-40 minutes, let me discuss, how to basically, uh, you know, think ahead of post this Python internship. If you are looking to pursue Python beyond the internship scope, and I will also show you one package for today that is working on APIs with Python. We'll create a simple API and we'll try to see how to work with that. And right after that, I will present how I utilized Python for my final year project so that you get one higher level view of how Python is beneficial for your final year project and how it can be portrayed on your CV, and then we'll start with the projects, and we can discuss. So can I know the count of how many people are ready to demo their projects on the chat box? I mean, can you guys put on the chat box so that I can have a watch out so that we can plan session accordingly. Amazing. Sure, Shivani, your teammates can explain. And nice. We have teams to present. So before that, can we see how to? Can I just you know complete with my session where I will just take like 40 to 50 minutes, and I want to complete this one intermediate topic on working with APIs, and later we can start with a project demo. Are we cool on this? Shall I start with today's session?
ಹಾಕಿತ್ತು ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ.
ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
Samarth, mute yourself.
ರಿಮೋಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದ್ಲಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಏ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
So come on, guys. Tell me what are the active applications you guys are using every day? I mean, name some you know applications what we are using it every day. Some mobile apps, web apps. For example,
ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್,
a calculator. Yeah,
ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್,
attendance. Is attendance made online in college now? For example, Swiggy, Zomato, Instagram, isn't it? We we use Instagram, LinkedIn, and all, right, daily. Or you guys do not use mobile a lot. I
ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್.
mean, you guys do, or yeah. So what happens? We have our apps here, right? We have our apps here, right? It could be mobile app or web app, isn't it? Mobile app or web app, isn't it? And we have our backend, we have our database here. Database is nothing but where we store our where we store our data and all. So this is called as database and backend. And how does a communication happen between our you know apps and our backend? You guys have any idea on this? You guys have any idea on how mobile app or web applications interact with backend or web? So in order to have a communication, we have a intermediate entity here. We have a intermediate you know intermediate state here where what happens is basically this is called as API. This is called as REST API. Okay, API is a middleware where our you know code uses this API in order to talk with backend and get the work done for us. Any doubt with this API? Any doubt with this REST API? REST API is a middleware where it REST API is a middleware where it makes sure that UI can talk with backend seamlessly. If I want whether to be displayed, app will request REST API and REST API will interact with backend and backend will give back the result. Any doubt with this? Any doubt with the way this REST API theoretical concept? So now we can develop this REST API using Python. REST API using Python. So in order to do that, we can use Flask server, you know, Flask Python module. So this is one of the advanced level concept. And if you know how to develop REST APIs using Python, and there are several jobs out there in market where they pay just for a developer who can develop a APIs for them. So this Flask or Django are the frameworks in Python which could help Python developer get internship or job. This is a skill, it's a skill level concept. So any doubt with the Flask, why it is being used? Any doubt? Okay, and let me show how to develop one. Is my VS code visible? Is my Visual Studio Code visible? Guys, I am audible, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I am in this Flask API, isn't it? And what I have to do is basically first, as a first step, I have to install the Flask. And in order to do that, I can do pip install Flask. And once Flask is installed, what I will do, I will create app.py file, where here we will be writing our uh, you know Flask code. Okay, now any doubt on installing Flask? First, what we have to do, we have to use this command pip install Flask. Okay, I am noting down the procedure as well here for your later reference. It is pip install Flask, and once pip install Flask is done, create app.py file in the folder. Okay, now once we are here with app.py, what I have to do? How to import in Python? Guys, come on, tell me how to import in Python. How to import any module in Python?
NumPy.
From
Import module name
package,
as
yeah, from module, I have to import what I want, isn't it? And in order, I have imported, and I want to create a instance of this. Can you tell me what this line is doing now? From your oops concept, if you remember what this line is doing. what this line is doing, it is creating an instance of this flask, isn't it? It is creating an instance, and now I have I am creating a route where I can, basically I want this app to work. So first let me just print hello world. And now just a minute. Now I want to run this script. After completing this, I have to call app.run when I run this script. So a very simple thing, I imported the Python. I import create instance, and then I just want to print the hello world. And if I do this, 'So once we are ready to good to execute, then we have to in command prompt we have to do this, where for Mac I have to do this in terminal or command prompt. For Windows it is something different, where it is instead of export it is set, and then I can do flask run. One minute. So there was some problem regarding the way The flask is installed. So
Index. So now I'm ready. Let's go ahead and save this by the document window. Here on Windows, make sure that you
Bhuvan,
select
can you
the
mute
File
yourself?
menu from the document.
Bhuvan. Yeah, thank you. Yes. I had some VS Code issue and I guess you can try now. Yeah. Now once if I run after this command, when I do flask run, you know what this should happen is basically, now if I open this URL, it is app.py and flask run. Just give me a minute, guys. So when I open this link localhost, can you see the output here? Guys, can you see the output here? What is it printing? Hello? Uh,
No, sir, the screen is blank, white screen.
no, can you see at top left?
Hello world.
Now it's visible, right?
Yes, sir, we can see, sir.
Okay. Now what did I do is basically I installed the Python module. I imported Flask. I created an instance of uh, instance of Flask app, isn't it? And then what I did, I whenever this I enter this URL, hello world will be returned. We have set up the Flask correctly. Okay. So this way, the Flask app is created. Any doubt on creating the Flask app? Any doubt on creating the Flask app? Any doubt on creating the Flask app?
No, sir.
Okay. And how many? So in while interacting with APIs, right? We have four kind of APIs. You know how many types of APIs? Four types of APIs. One is you know get API in order to fetch the data from the server. One is post API. One is to send data to the server securely. Third is put API to send some data, and last one is delete API to delete something in server. So I will show you how to write a get API. How to write a get API. So in order to write a get API, what you have to do is basically, you have to add @ sign. You have to use the app instance, and you have to select route, which endpoint should be the name about. And I can display here, what should I get the information about students maybe. Okay. Now whoever calls this, right, whoever uses this slash students, our Flask app maybe could interact with, this could interact with database and send back the result. So now what I should do is basically I have to, have a method for this API call, that is get students. And can some of you tell your can you guys tell your name for one last time today? So this could be, USN. Okay, two thing is enough. So I have USN. Let me have everybody's name. So say this data we have got from database for today's sake, where we are storing, just assume that we have a real student data here. So now so we have our API here, right? So what I can do, I can return this, and I can send this as a JSON object. JSON object is nothing but Python dictionary in our class, in our case. Okay, what is JSON object? JSON object is very similar to Python dictionary, where it is a key value pair. Okay, so now if I come here and enter students, can you see here our student data is coming here, right? Our students data is being returned by the by our API, isn't it? Can you see here? Do we have our data here? And let us try to see. And in our Python code, what I'll do, I will give our endpoint. So for now, this is our front end, and this should print the response from this API. Any doubts on how our API is working? How are we creating a API and basically returning the result? Any doubt with the Flask? It's throwing out error. 1 minute. Okay, this can't communicate with local. I have a workaround for this. So I am basically mapping this localhost URL into some global URL and trying to request with this, and hopefully that should work this time. Not 3 forbidden. So like Anyways, 1 minute. Okay, my bad. So here I have to give method equal to get. Methods equal to post. Sorry, get. And now when I save this, and now I have this. Maybe if I run this, okay, forget about this. But anyway, our get request is working through browser, and we are able to get this response. So now I will demonstrate my final year project where basically how I made use of this flask in order to communicate with my AI project. So shall we see the demo of how this API got integrated with my final year project? Okay. Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, I have my Flask API. Okay. I have my imports here. I have imported the Flask, and as a API, what I'm doing, I'm having several, routes where let me start the demo. You will. Let me quit this. Let me quit this. And yeah. So now my so basically I have four routes where a user can log in, user can upload the file, and uploading the file will be stored here. Okay, it comes and stores here in the local file, and basically I have a scan method where it scan for medical diagnosis. So basically my project is of healthcare application where I developed how to basically I demonstrated how can we detect pancreatic diseases using deep learning and machine learning. So, and for front end, I have used React.js. It's a JavaScript based web development framework. So, is the website visible? Is the website visible, guys? Yeah, so this is my front end, and this is my back end. So where I use the Flask API in order to, so here from this image, so my Flask API is here, my backend AI models are here, and my web app is here. Can you able to imagine the analogy which I just demonstrated through diagram, where this is my web application, this is the Flask, and through Flask I'm communicating with backend. Okay, so now if I click on scan here, basically I have a form where I can give an image. I can give a name. I will give a name called avatar, something, just a unique name. And here I'm giving basically a blood reports level, a theoretical level, where I can give anything, and I can select a file here. So if I select a file, a scan file, and let me select one. So if I click on submit data, remember the name avatar, okay? So what this happens, it comes to here, can you see here? Can you see the print level? Can you see the API calls here, where upload got called, and I have got this patient details, and also I have got the scan results, and it's been sent. And here the file whatever I uploaded, right? So it got came and created here, you know and the same way, this result, this JSON result what I returned, right, which I wanted to demo for students case, is being used by front end here, and it is being displayed as a impression. Any doubt on, I mean, the way the Flask is being used in production level app? Basically this is the way, how eventually you guys will be working when you come to final year project, where you will be working on some domain, and basically we will be using some front end tool, back end tool, and some technology, AI, ML, blockchain, or whatever it is. And then we start working on the Python in my case. So this is for front end. For my whole final year project was mainly done uh, and basically on the Python. So this is the utilization of Flask with Python. Any doubts? Any doubts? I mean, if you have any questions regarding my final year project, then we can have a chat on that, or else it is Jupyter. Django is more advanced. So we have a question here which is asking, is Django advanced, or is Django advanced or Flask? Sorry, Django is better or Flask? I would say Django is the advanced version. Flask is better. Flask is best only for mainly what say, a small level apps, and Django is used for a production level apps. And let me show my AI how I've done it using. Internal server error. 1 minute, guys. So now I wanted to, yeah. So guys, I have one more question. What to prefer between React and Angular? The preference is totally on you, but Angular is deprecated. I would suggest go ahead with React JS. And so this is my Jupyter lab where AI stuff magic happens. You know, all these fancy terms what we uh, get fascinated during our second year, third year of engineering will be about AI machine learning, right? So basically this is I would like to show the data exploration using graphs. Okay, so there are ma'am has thought about NumPy, right? Guys, can you tell me what is NumPy?
Numerical Python.
Okay, and we have pandas in order to work with CSV files, and we have Seaborn Python module to basically explore the data. So basically I have this textual data, CSV data, and I have done the data exploration using various graphs using Seaborn package. Can you see here? I have done various exploration on the you know using Seaborn package, and eventually I've developed a machine